Okay, so we'll start with the lady first. So Shreya, please introduce yourself to the entire audience and tell them which college you have got selected for, which college you are going to join finally.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Shreya Vendigiri, an IT engineer, and since the past 4 years, I've been working in Deloitte Consulting as an analyst. And I was selected for all the colleges which I had gotten calls from. So that is IIM Calcutta, FMS, IIM Kozhikode, and other new IIMs, IIM Shillong, and SIBM Pune, NEET, and the IITs as well. So I'll be joining IIM Calcutta now. So I'm into the campus right now. So joining from here.
Oh, very nice. And Sahil, can you please introduce yourself and which colleges you have got selected into and which college you are going to join?
Yes, sir. So, my name is Sahil Parak. I'm a chartered accountant and a BCom graduate. I've done my BCom from BMCC Pune, and I have a work ex of 18 months. Apart from that, the colleges I converted were IIM Calcutta, IIM Kozhikode, IIM Indore, and SP Jain. I have joined IIM Calcutta. As a matter of fact, I am here today. I'm talking to you from.
Okay, fantastic. So both of you have reached IIM Kolkata. You're already there on the campus. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling very good. Uh, like it is very much motivating to see all this, to see our hard work getting all the results. And we saw the campus today. We couldn't even complete watching it entirely. It took us the entire day to even figure out the campus. So yeah, we are excited.
All right. So when I say IIM Kolkata campus is so beautiful, right? Can that give inspiration to our audience right now to join IIM Kolkata?
Yeah, certainly. Like earlier, we had just seen the pics of the campus and the photos or videos, but today when we actually came, we felt so good after seeing the entire campus and all the people who are here. They are also very helping, and there are lakes here, and all the infrastructure and all is very beautiful. And when you see entering yourself and your parents inside IIM Calcutta, they also even felt proud, and even we felt proud that we had never expected this, and um, it still isn't sinking in that we are inside the campus. So yeah, it is actually a motivation. And had we known this earlier that this will be such a beautiful place to be in, then like it would have been more of a motivation, and it should be for the future aspirants.
Very nice, beta.
I
Very
have a
nice.
question for Sahil. Sahil, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, Sahil, my name is Harish Rawat. Um, you're a non-engineer, BCom, you said. Yeah. So, a typical this thing comes to us as a faculty, as a motivator, as a we always feel. Did you ever felt the complex of being a non-engineer and giving a CAT exam and aspiring for IIMS exams and top IIMS?
No, sir, I think there is a very good way to look at it. No, I never felt that it would be something that would be a thorn in my journey. Your confidence, you don't have to look at it that you are a minority and you won't and all of that. Actually, if you come here, there will be people who are saying like, "अरे भाई तू सीए है, हमको तो चाहिए था कोई." So look at it that way.
And while preparing,
I'm from a
while
different background.
preparing for the exam, that
But no, no, no. Take it objectively. It's that simple. You don't have to worry about what others are doing.
okay, that's nice. That's really, really nice, Sahil. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So Shreya and Sahil, how do you like the interview experience that you had with Time Kolkata? That's what people want to know. What was your interview experience? So we'll start with Shreya first. Shreya, would you like to share your interview experience?
Yeah, so I think Anne Calcutta's interview was the toughest of all the other interviews, and toughest in the sense they just try to put you in that stress. They ask such stressful questions, and because of that, we tend to get stressed. And it is actually to check how we handle that rather than answering the questions correctly. So they had actually put me into pressure, and they asked me some questions for which I didn't know the answers in spite of preparing it well. But all I did was I acted calmly and I told them that like I didn't show at any point, I didn't show any disappointment on my face. So that is something which I guess they liked and they encouraged me for. And I think that we shouldn't carry that baggage on our face. Like if we are unable to answer some 2 or 3 questions in a if we shouldn't just take that baggage on our head and just be stressed for the next answers. Instead, if we just be positive and answer the next question properly, then I think we can still ace the exam. So that is what I learned from this experience, and I learned how to see like the positivity even in the darkest of the interview time. So yeah.
Okay, nice, brother. Sahil, what about you?
My interview was quite the contrast. So actually, it was a more of a free-flowing conversational kind of a thing. But yes, they try to put you off sometimes.
I have a question, Anuj sir. I have a question. I believe
Yes, yes, sir.
we're talking about I am Kolkata, so I hope the दीवारों के भी कान नहीं होते हैं पता नहीं. Shreya, you're talking about I am Kolkata, na? So दीवारों के भी कान होते हैं. You are there in I am Kolkata. No, on a serious note, um, you went through the mock interviews, whatever, 1, 2, 3. I think some of you were there quite often. Now, I want your honest opinion in let's accept the fact that our mock interview are not going to be the exact replica, or the actual interviews are not going to be the replica of the mock interview we conduct. It's a question for Sahil also. Uh, but how will you extrapolate to extend that mock interviews we conducted actually got reinforced there in your actual interviews, whatever the I am Kolkata, whatever interviews you gave across the institutes. So the mock interview, how will you extrapolate them? How will you use them? I repeat, the actual interview is not going to be the exact replica. We'll always accept that, and I think you also will accept that. But then, how the experience of mock interviews actually what is the best way to use them for your actual interview? I mean, anyone can answer. Shreya can start with that.
So I think I had 4 interviews with the Time team, and in every interview they covered different parts of the interviews. Like in one interview, I was asked about my academics. In the second interview, I was asked about my profile. So I think whatever feedback I got from that, that was very important for me to go back and study deeper into it and introspect myself deeper into it. So it may not be necessary that the same questions will be asked to me in the interview, but that these mock interviews prepared me for handling such questions in the future interviews, and it also helped me to increase my thinking capacity. So, like one of my mock interview, which was conducted by Rawat sir, was purely based on my hobby, which is badminton. So they asked me all the different questions related to badminton, maybe the number of shuttlecock feathers or whatever. So because of that, it made me go back and think deeper with respect to the other topics as to how I should study those topics in a similar way, uh, considering those points in depth. Like it may be my hobby, other hobbies like painting, then even I should go deep into that. So uh, that is how these interviews helped me. And in the end, whatever questions they asked me in all of the interviews, even they were of the same similar variety. But it helped me to think that much because my thinking capacity had increased by then. So yeah, that way it was helpful.
Sahil,
Once. So, if I were to extrapolate the time interviews into the actual, I think there were two major things that helped me. One was when Anuj sir switched from topics very fast. One was related to academics. The second one was on GK. The third was on some random thing I don't know about. So that really puts you in a spot where you are made to think on your feet, and that is something which is actually very helpful in the actual interview. The second thing that I would say is forming opinions on whatever matters you are addressing. So, for example, if there is a GK matter, it is very important that you have an opinion of yourself, which is actually what is expected in the interviews of these schools. So, that is also one thing that which I took with me while going to the actual interview. So, these were the two highlights I feel.
Thank you, Shreya, for really a very, very good connection you people made with the mock. Because I tell you why I asked this question is, um, there'll be a new batch coming this year again for a mock interview somewhere in January, and we have to dissuade people from actually assuming that whatever the questions we're going to ask is the question, is a typical expectation from students. So, I mean, there are students attending this today. The session is getting recorded and it will be sent to the other students also. So, right from the beginning, uh, the feeling should be that the mock are actually a precursor to a lot of things, and how you're supposed to use them is what I really wanted to listen from both of you. Last question to both of you again. Uh, uh, when did you started preparing for your GDPI?
Yeah,
Shreya,
so
you start.
I started preparing for it since January, the moment I knew, actually from December itself, when I got to know that I would be getting some calls. So I started preparing from that time, and it was sufficient enough to cover all the topics which I wanted to.
My question was actually subconsciously, when did you started preparing for the interview? Very frankly, Shreya. Shreya has become unconscious. I thought I talked about subconscious. She's become unconscious. Sahil, you can go ahead.
Sure, sir. So actually, after a couple of mocks, I was pretty sure that I would do decently in my exam. So that's when the actual preparation starts. Simple things such as making a habit of reading the newspaper, or just starting to jot down what the journey you've had till date. These are small, small things that I've started doing since, let's say, July, August only. But the actual prep obviously starts just before the interview season, because you want to be fresh with your grad subjects and your current affairs and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, thank you, Sahil. Actually, you're making our task very easy. Uh, for the current batch, really, it's becoming very easy for us to actually tell how you should prepare things. GDPI process is not the last moment preparation. You really put it in a very nice and beautiful way. Thank you, Sahil, once again.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to thank Sahil and Shreya, both of you, Bida. Thank you for giving us your time and enjoy your IM Kolkata journey. Enjoy your campus. All right. All the best to both of you.
Sir, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and I would like to wish all the students all the very best for your preparations. And I think you're in the best hands.
It is always a pleasure to talk to you as well, Bida. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Hari sir. Thank you, Anuj
Thank
sir,
you,
for
Sahil.
the
Enjoy the
opportunity.
food, Kolkata food.
Yeah, yeah, sir, sure. Thank you.